Are you digging it?
I'm digging it.
Digging that intro.
Digging it.
Ooh. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Ask Dad, a dad show that's not just for dads, but everyone that wants fatherly advice from a real dad. Whether you're here for the bad dad joke or just to gain some insight, Will Snow is the man, the myth, and the legend in his own mind who knows all things. So please, welcome to today's episode of Ask Dad. Yeah. People are laughing too.
Oh, good. That's good.
How's it going there, Will Snow?
Oh, it's just going great. It's awesome. Every day's a beautiful day. We pull the beauty out of every day. And I'm so fortunate because I get to look at you and see beauty in the day. That's amazing.
It is.
That's
amazing.
awesome. It's a great way to start the day.
Oh, thank you, love. That's so sweet.
welcome.
I love you too.
Thank you.
I have a dad joke.
All right.
Do you have any dad jokes? I mean, you are the dad.
Okay. You want me to lead with the dad joke?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, let's see what I got here. Okay. So what do you call a dog who meditates?
I don't know. What do you call a dog who meditates?
A werewolf.
A what?
A werewolf.
A werewolf. Woof.
Woof.
Woof. Aw. Who doesn't love a
Woof.
woof? That was a good one. That was a good
Thank
one.
you.
You're welcome. All right. So let's see. I have so many. How about this? Why can't dinosaurs clap their hands?
Why can't dinosaurs clap their hands?
Do you want to know?
I do.
They're extinct. Will Snow. I thought you knew all things. I mean, come on. There we go.
There we are.
All right. All right. So moving on. What would you like to talk about today, Will Snow?
Well, it's an interesting thing. We got some feedback, believe it or not, from one of our listeners who said that while they appreciate the brilliant philosophical meanderings of Will Snow, that's not really quite the fatherly advice that they were looking for.
Okay. All right. What was the feedback?
Well,
what do they want to know?
They want to understand. Well, they want to know a lot of different things, but here's the thing. We're going to talk today about change.
Yes.
Change. And by change, what I mean is specifically how to change a tire.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, this is practical dad advice.
Did I ever tell you how I learned to change a tire?
No.
Well, I mean, yes, my father did show me once a long time ago. However, the situation that I was in kind of forced my hand to actually change the tire.
Oh, do tell.
Do tell. Okay. So I think I was 18 years old, and I was supposed to be having a sleepover at one of my friends' houses, and instead we went out. And I was the designated driver. I did not drink. I will say I was the designated driver. The other people were drinking, but I was driving. And they were very distracting. So when I was turning a corner, I hit a curb. So the tire went flat. So I had a choice, because life is about choices.
It is indeed.
I could have called my dad and asked for help and been grounded for the rest of my life for being out at 2 a.m. as an 18-year-old. Or I could have learned how to change the tire really, really quickly. What do you think I did?
Yeah,
Because you know Mom and Dad.
Yeah, I think you probably learned how to change a tire at the side of the road.
I did.
At 2 in the morning.
With a couple drunk friends.
Oh, that's always just a life lesson there.
It was. Yeah. The lug nuts.
Yeah. Well, okay,
So you tell me.
Well, I want to talk about that experience. And in fact, this is a good lead-in because you put your life at risk and the lives of your friends at risk.
Yeah.
You did. Though at 2 a.m, maybe nothing's going to happen, but probably nothing good is going to happen. So what did we learn from this experience? Well, let me tell you, probably something that you might have learned is when you're trying to learn how to change a tire
Mm-hmm.
or really do anything on your car regarding any kind of emergency procedure at all,
Yes.
changing a battery,
Yep.
changing a tire. You should know how to do these things, but the best place and the best time to learn how to do that is when your car is in the driveway and everybody is safe.
Yes.
Because learning how to do it on the fly is remarkable and wonderful skill, but unnecessary and truly very dangerous.
Yes, absolutely.
Truly very dangerous. And
Because just because I was sober and a designated driver doesn't mean that other people on the road at 2 a.m. were also the same.
absolutely. And we see this all the time. Every weekend you see something like this in the news.
Unfortunately.
And the thing is, since as you're driving, if you're going to be a driver, there are things you should know before you get behind the wheel. And fathers or mothers or guardians or whoever, it's a really important thing to teach your driving age children to be aware of this if you're not already aware of this yourself. And if you're not, you should be.
Yes.
So here's you need to know what's in your trunk.
Besides the dead body.
Right. Where is your spare tire? Where is your jack? Where is your, where's the lug nut wrench? Do you have a flashlight with batteries? Do you have gloves? Do you have like a poncho or something like that if it's raining? Do you have a piece of wood to support the jack? Do you know where your owner's manual is? Do you have, all of these things you really should have in your car.
I will say that my father did prepare me for all of that. So yes.
Oh, that's great.
Also growing up in upstate New York, I had an unreasonable amount of protection from the elements as far as winter, because it's always winter, and you, Will Snow, know that winter is coming.
Yes, winter is coming. Yes.
Right.
So salt in the back of your car.
I had everything.
Yeah, good. Fabulous.
Actually, I think it was a bag of kitty litter.
Oh, that'll work too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's used, by the way, kids, to get traction in icy conditions, because that can happen.
It can.
But no, truly, you really want to know how to do this and do it while you're in a safe space.
Yes.
Okay, because honestly, this can save your life. And this is information that can actually save your life. Practical dad advice that could save your life.
Excellent. All right.
So many people, they'll feel like, hey, I'll just call AAA or roadside emergency. But what happens if your phone's out of charge or out of range, or maybe you left it at home or the club? That happens, unfortunately. So the thing is, you really need to know how to do this. And it's not that hard, really. And you just need to know the items that you need to have. And you should check to be sure that you have them before you get in your car the first time. Once it's there, it should stay there unless somebody
absolutely.
is psychotic and moves stuff around. But your jack, your lug wrench, a fully inflated spare tire, and your owner manual.
Yeah.
And those things should always come with the car, okay? But you should also have, a flashlight with batteries, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You should have your, maybe a picture of what to do, and like I said, a poncho, because if it's raining, it is miserable to try to do anything like that. And again, a piece of wood, just a small piece of wood, like maybe 2 inches by 6 inches, just to secure the jack. That's really, really important.
Yes.
Gloves, a pair of gloves.
Yeah.
If you try to remove a lug nut without a pair of gloves, it's not very much fun. No. And here's something fun. Wheel wedges, they're very inexpensive. Just a couple wheel wedges are going to be really important for you so the car's not moving when you're trying to, jack up the car. If you don't have wheel wedges, you can always use a stone or a brick or something like that, but they're really cheap. And it's really a very good, piece of equipment to have in your trunk.
Don't they sell a whole host of emergency roadside type things online, like on Amazon? They even have the lights, like
absolutely
the blinkers.
It's always nice to have that kind of thing. Though hopefully you'll be able to put your hazards on, so they'll be able to see. But having a an emergency blinker there or something in your back seat, or I mean in your trunk, would just you can save your own life.
Correct.
Basically,
Yes, absolutely.
with just a little bit of forethought. So here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to stop saying here's the thing, because that's been driving me nuts.
Okay.
As soon as you realize that you have a flat, don't slam on the brakes.
Right.
Don't cut your wheels. Just take your foot off the accelerator. Slowly reduce your speed. Take a look around you.
Yeah.
See if you can find a level, straight stretch of road with a wide shoulder. That's the ideal thing.
Yeah.
An empty parking lot works, but level ground is, if you can, is important because it'll prevent your vehicle from rolling when you're trying to change your tire. And straight stretches of road are better than curves because then oncoming traffic can actually see you. That is
so important.
And again, you never want to change your tire on a narrow shoulder near oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
If your tire is flat, you just keep moving slowly until you find a safer spot. And it's better to drive on a flat, and replace a rim.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that, but it's better than being hit by a driver. So, so you ruin the rim. Okay.
Right.
It sucks, but you're alive.
Right.
All right. Well, anyway, so turn on your hazards too. And you should know how to do this, by the way. I have been in cars where people are like, where are my hazards? Where am I? Like, really? Why don't you know where your hazards are? Okay.
I mean, that's a whole other.
Yeah, I could go
a whole
on.
other podcast to talk about. Get to know your vehicle before you start driving.
Right. Where are my lights? Yeah. Where are my windshield washers? Anyway.
Even rental cars.
So as soon as you know that you need to pull over, put your hazards on.
Yep.
Now, there will be obviously a situation where people will not pull over for you because they don't. Yeah. But that's okay. Just be calm. Just slow down. Once you're stopped, though, let's assume you're finally pulled over. Okay. Use your parking brake so that the car doesn't roll. Okay, then you get out and if it's raining, put your poncho on. Get your flashlight on, and then put the wheel wedges in front or behind the tires to determine that the vehicle doesn't roll when you fix it. If you're changing a rear tire, obviously, you put the wheel wedges in front of the front tires. If the flat tire's in the back, put the wheel wedge. If the flat tire's in the front, put the wheel wedges behind the rear tires. Yes. Like I said, bricks or large stones will work, but just be sure they're large enough to keep the car from rolling. Then, while the vehicle is still in the down position, okay, you take the hubcap off if there is a hubcap, so that you can show whatever's covering the lug nuts.
Are there hubcaps anymore?
Some cars, and some older cars.
Okay.
So, but you got to get the lug nuts exposed. If the lug nuts are exposed, sometimes there's a key for one of the lug nuts. You should know where that is. Yeah. It's nothing worse than looking around for a key that should be in your glove box, and it's not in your glove box, and you don't know where it is, and it's at home in some box somewhere. Again. Right. But again, loosen the lug nuts. And so you use the lug wrench, okay, and you turn the lug nut counterclockwise until you break the resistance. Now that can be fun. Now remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Right?
I, as an adult, am amazed at how often I use righty tighty, lefty loosey.
It's amazing. Whatever works, but that works. Yeah. So you gotta move the lug nut counterclockwise. Sometimes using a lot of force, it's very difficult with short lug wrenches. Oftentimes, it's really nice to have something that, like a pipe that you use as a cheater bar. It gives you a little bit more torque. So you put the pipe on the end of the lug nut wrench and you use force. Now, the thing is, you have to have this in the down position. Do not have your car jacked up and trying to remove lug nuts.
No.
So whatever it takes to break the resistance, and again, this can be, you might have a can of WD-40, because the lug nuts can get really, especially if you're in salty conditions, get kind of frozen onto the onto the lug nut there. So
Yeah.
anyway, once you loosen it, you only loosen the lug nut about 1/4 to 1/2 a turn. You just break the resistance. Don't take them off yet. Okay, you save that for when it's time to remove your tire from the vehicle. Because if you take the lug nuts off before you're ready to go, there's a really good opportunity for you to lose them.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're ready to jack the vehicle up. So the right place for the jack is usually beneath the vehicle frame, alongside the tire that's flat. And many vehicle frames, in fact, pretty much all vehicle frames these days, have molded plastic on the bottom with a cleared area that's exposed metal, specifically for where the jack is supposed to go. So you to safely lift and avoid damage, you just follow the instructions for jack placement in your owner's manual. See, this is why it's a really good idea to do this before you need to do it.
Yeah.
All right. So then you raise the vehicle with the jack to prevent the jack from settling underneath the weight of your vehicle, coming off balance. This is where it's nice to put a piece of wood and then put the jack on top of that before attempting to raise your vehicle. And this is really very, very helpful on asphalt. When the jack's properly positioned, you raise the vehicle until the flat tire is about 6 inches above the ground, and never, ever, ever put any part of your body under a vehicle while you are raising or after you've raised the vehicle with the jack. I don't think we need to explain that.
Why? You're right.
So now you can unscrew the lug nuts all the way. Since you loosened them, you should be able to do it mostly by hand. This is nice to have gloves.
Yeah.
Then put those lug nuts in a space, in a pocket, somewhere where you're not going to lose them.
But they're not going to roll away.
And they're not going to roll away. Don't leave them on the ground. Then you can remove the flat tire. You grip the tire by its treads. You pull it gently until it's completely free of the hub. Set it on its side
so it doesn't roll away.
Right. And then you can put the spare on the hub by lining the rim up with the lug bolts. You push gently until the lug bolts show through the rim. Then you tighten the lug nuts. You put the lug nuts back on by hand. Once they're all on, you check each one again, tightening as much as possible. When you're tightening them, you don't tighten them
completely.
In order, you want to go across
diagonally
so that you don't over torque it. Anyway, you don't bend it. Anyway, so then you'll tighten them with the wrench after. By the way, you just hand tighten them. You tighten them with the wrench after the vehicle's been lowered. Don't try to torque the lug nuts while it's in the raised position. Okay, so you use the jack to lower the vehicle. The spare tire is resting on the ground, but the full weight of the vehicle isn't fully on the tire, so it's just on the ground. Then you tighten the lug nuts with the wrench, turning clockwise, righty-tighty, as much as you can. You push down on the lug wrench, and that's fine with the full weight of your body. Then you lower the vehicle completely. You replace the hubcap. You put all your equipment in the back, and I hope to God that the spare tire has some air pressure in it. You really want to check that once in a while.
Absolutely.
It's always a good idea. And then, of course, you drive to a gas station. If you can, if it's at night and 2 a.m, take it home.
Yeah.
If you can, if you're safe. And then next day, take it into a tech and get it. Be sure that everything's properly put on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, look, here's the thing. Again, I said it here. It shouldn't take more than about 15 to 30 minutes to do this.
No.
And if you've done it before in your driveway, then you're going to be in great shape.
Yes, absolutely. You'll be prepared. You'll have practiced. You'll know what everything is. Yeah, absolutely.
One other little thing.
Go on.
To avoid flat tires, what's a good idea?
Avoid curbs.
Well, yeah. Keep your tires properly inflated. Rotate your tires.
Yep, whenever you get an oil change.
Yeah, it's always that's a great time to do it. Monitor your tread for tread wear. There was nothing more infuriating to me than seeing people driving around on bald tires. I understand tires are expensive,
They are.
Owning a vehicle is expensive.
It is.
But, accidents are really expensive and potentially fatal. So, a dad piece of advice: learn your car before you start driving around in the road.
Yeah.
Understand how to do really simple. That's a very simple procedure. And I can only tell you that you don't want to learn it at 2 a.m. with a bunch of drunk friends.
Absolutely.
So that's my dad advice for the day.
That's your dad advice.
And I expect some clapping for that. Thank you very
okay.
much.
Oh my, hold on. Where is it? There we go.
There we go. Because I just saved some lives out there.
You did. You saved all the lives out there.
Oh, so that was very lengthy discussion, but I do hope you all really take this to heart. If you haven't done this before, try to change your tires.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like you said, it's good to know. I mean, read the owner's manual. Know when you buy a new car, or if you're renting a car, just before you even turn on the ignition, look around. Where are your wipers? Where are the blinkers?
Yeah. Where are your turn signals? Where are your hazards? Just take a second.
Yep.
Because really, it's not taking you that much time. And it can really, truly, honestly save your life and the lives of others. So do the right thing, do the smart thing, and do what your dad told you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Will Snow.
You're welcome.
All right. So, do you want to take a question, or do you want to wait till next time? It's been it was a nice.
This is kind of a lengthy discussion.
Yeah.
We can hold off on this for a little bit and maybe take some listener questions
next time.
And the next time.
All right.
So, thank you so much again for your questions and for your comments, and thank you very much. We encourage you to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and we're always very happy to read your emails, to answer your questions, and thank you again for listening to me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Will Snow. Yes, listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to Ask Dad, the show of fatherly advice for all with a smattering of bad dad jokes. The love is real and the man is real. So we'll see you next time. Until then, yes, please continue to send us your dad jokes, your questions, comments to will@IWillAskDad. And we can talk about it all. We can talk about the good. We can talk about the bad. We can talk about the dad.